Here I am, sat on a swing, finally getting around to doing our Sydney intro. Damien's only been badgering me for a couple of months. So this is episode 3, shows you a little bit of what we do, just a snippet of what we did in Sydney, way back towards the start of our trip. When we knew we'd planned to come into Sydney, we had no clue about where to go with our caravan, where to stay. Met a lovely family at the vineyard in Dubbo, and they recommended Lane Cove Caravan Park as part of the national park. So we actually ended up booking in there for 4 nights. There was no availability. Oh, Polly's here. No availability online. I called the lovely people and they fitted us in. So we stayed for 4 nights, all up. I think it was about $55 a night for a family of 4, which we didn't think was too bad considering how close it is to the CBD. It had a swimming pool. It was a great little park. Only 10 k's out of the CBD, but it felt like we were in the middle of the countryside. It was beautiful. To get into the CBD itself, we caught the metro from North Ryde. It was just a short walk, I think it was about 10 or 15 minutes stroll down to the metro station at North Ryde, and then a few stops down to Chatswood, and then we changed onto a regular train into Circular Quay. So it was very, very easy, very convenient for us. We used our Opal cards that we purchased earlier on in New South Wales. We used our Opal cards to get onto the train, so it worked out really economical, and we did that every single day that we were there in Sydney. And while we were there, what did we do? Can you remember what we did in Sydney?
We saw the Harbour Bridge.
Yeah, we saw the Harbour Bridge. We visited Luna Park. Of course, the Opera House. We went on the train through the Botanical Gardens, which was fantastic. It wasn't an actual train, but it was like a little car pulling us along, with an informative tour. I also saved up my flyby points before we left on this trip, so I was able to go on to flybys and purchase a triple pass. So we went to the Sydney Aquarium, we went to Madame Tussauds, and we also went up the Sydney Tower. And it was free, so it was fantastic. So we just spent 4 days exploring everything Sydney had to offer. The girls still say, and this is how slow we are, well, we did actually lose our hard drive. We're now just over 9 months into our trip, and the girls still say that Sydney was the highlight. I think because it was the first city on our trip. They'd been learning about the Opera House at school, the Harbour Bridge, so it was awesome to see it. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Lots of things to see, so I'm going to get off my swing, go and explore, and leave you to have a watch. Bye from all of us at V4.
Bye.
Enjoy! Sydney. We're a bit excited. We haven't been to Sydney for 10 years. It's a bit disgusting considering we live in New South Wales, but here we are. First stop, Circular Quay, to see the famous Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. Our train actually came over the Harbour Bridge, didn't it, girls? So here we are, and it would be rude not to come to the Opera Bar for a swift pint in the sun. We'll pass a chick.